DWP now wants you to sign away this banking information before processing certain claims and reviews. And if you sign without fully understanding what you're agreeing to, you could be giving permission for far more than you expected. That sounds alarming, doesn't it? But here's the important part. Not every request is the same. And knowing exactly what the DWP can ask for, why they're asking, and what your rights are could save you from making a costly mistake. Over the past few months, thousands of benefit claimants and pensioners have been hearing more about financial checks, bank account reviews, and new verification procedures. Some people are worried they'll lose their payments. Others are confused about whether they have to sign at all. So what's really happening? Are these forms routine, or are they part of a much bigger change that could affect your benefits and your privacy? In today's video, we'll explain what these requests actually mean, when the DWP can legally ask for banking information, what happens after you sign, and the questions you should always ask before agreeing to anything. Stay with us until the end, because one overlooked detail could make all the difference. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more important DWP updates. One of the biggest questions people are asking right now is simple. Why is the DWP suddenly interested in banking information, and what exactly are they asking people to sign? If you've seen headlines, heard rumors online, or even received a letter mentioning financial checks or consent forms, you're certainly not alone. Across the country, many benefit claimants and pensioners are trying to work out what has changed, whether they should be worried, and what these requests actually mean in practice. The first thing to understand is that not every person receiving benefits will receive the same request. Different benefits have different rules, and the circumstances surrounding each claim can also vary. Sometimes the DWP may ask for additional evidence to confirm that information already provided is accurate. In other situations, they may request documents to help complete a review that is already underway. This is where confusion often begins, because the language used in official letters can sound intimidating even when the request is part of a standard process. When people see words like consent, verification, or financial information, it's easy to imagine the worst. Some immediately fear that their accounts are going to be monitored every day. Others believe the government can suddenly look through every transaction they've ever made. Those fears spread quickly on social media, but the reality is often much more specific than the rumors suggest. That doesn't mean you should ignore the paperwork, quite the opposite. Whenever you're asked to sign any document relating to your finances, it's important to understand exactly what permission is being requested. Reading every page carefully may seem time-consuming, but it can prevent misunderstandings later. If anything isn't clear, asking questions before signing is always a sensible step. Another reason these requests are attracting so much attention is because the government has placed increasing emphasis on ensuring benefits are paid correctly. Officials have repeatedly stated that they want to reduce fraud and errors while making sure support reaches those who are genuinely entitled to it. That objective has resulted in more reviews, more identity checks, and in some situations, requests for financial evidence. For many honest claimants, this creates unnecessary anxiety. They know they've done nothing wrong, yet receiving an official letter from the DWP can still feel unsettling. Some people immediately assume their payments are at risk simply because they've been contacted. In reality, being asked for information does not automatically mean anyone suspects wrongdoing. Administrative reviews happen for many reasons, including routine checks designed to keep records accurate. Still, it's understandable why emotions run high. For pensioners living on fixed incomes or families relying on benefit payments each month, even the possibility of delays can cause sleepless nights. Missing one payment could affect rent, utility bills, groceries, or essential medication. That's why understanding the process matters so much. One of the most common misunderstandings involves the phrase banking information. Many people assume this always means handing over complete access to every financial detail. However, requests often relate to specific information needed to verify eligibility or confirm circumstances. Exactly what is requested depends on the type of review taking place and the legal powers available in that situation. That said, it's never a good idea to sign something simply because you're feeling pressured or worried. Official documents deserve careful attention. If you don't understand a sentence, seek clarification. If a deadline seems too short, respond promptly, but ask for an explanation if necessary. Staying informed is one of the best ways to protect yourself. There's another issue making this topic even more important. Criminals know people are nervous about DWP reviews, and scammers frequently exploit that fear. Fake emails, text messages, and phone calls often claim that urgent banking information is needed immediately, or that benefits will stop unless you click a suspicious link. These scams can look convincing, using official-looking logos or language designed to create panic. That's why checking the authenticity of any communication is absolutely essential. Genuine correspondence follows established procedures, while scammers rely on rushing people into making quick decisions without thinking. Taking a few extra moments to verify who you're dealing with can make all the difference. The wider discussion about banking information is also tied to broader efforts to modernize how benefits are administered. Digital systems, automated checks, and updated verification processes are becoming more common across many public services. While these changes can improve efficiency, they also raise understandable questions about privacy, transparency, and how personal information is handled. For claimants, the key is balancing cooperation with awareness. Providing information when lawfully required is one thing. Understanding exactly why it's being requested, how it will be used, and what protections exist is equally important. Those details often make the difference between feeling uncertain and feeling informed. And here's where the story becomes even more interesting, because many people are focusing on the signature itself, when the real issue may actually be what happens after that signature is given. In the next part, we'll explore what these consent requests can mean in practice, separate common myths from reality, and discuss the questions every claimant should consider before responding to any DWP request. So, what really happens after someone signs a document allowing the DWP to obtain or verify certain banking information? This is where it's important to separate fact from speculation. Many people imagine that the moment a signature is added, someone instantly gains unlimited access to every financial detail they've ever had. In reality, the process is governed by legal rules, data protection requirements, and the specific purpose for which the information is being requested. That doesn't mean you should sign without reading carefully. It means you should understand exactly what you're agreeing to, rather than assuming the worst or believing every rumor circulating online. A good approach is to remember that official reviews are generally designed to establish whether the information held about a claim is accurate and up to date. Circumstances change over time. Someone may move home, begin living with a partner, inherit savings, start part-time work, or experience another change that affects entitlement. The DWP has a responsibility to ensure public funds are paid correctly, and claimants have a responsibility to report relevant changes. When both sides understand their roles, the process is usually much smoother than many people expect. However, problems often arise when letters are misunderstood or ignored. Some people put official correspondence aside because they're worried about what it contains. Others assume it's a mistake and fail to respond before the deadline. Unfortunately, delaying a response can sometimes create unnecessary complications. If additional information is genuinely needed to complete a review, responding promptly is usually the best way to keep the process moving and reduce the risk of avoidable delays. At the same time, Responding promptly does not mean responding carelessly. Before signing anything, take a moment to read every page. Look at what information is being requested and why. If a section seems unclear, don't guess what it means. Contact the DWP through official channels and ask for an explanation. There's nothing unreasonable about wanting to understand a document before placing your signature on it. In fact, that's exactly what any careful person should do whenever financial information is involved. Another point that's often overlooked is the importance of keeping your own records. If you send documents, make copies whenever possible. If you post paperwork, consider using a service that provides confirmation of delivery. If information is submitted online, save any confirmation emails or reference numbers. These simple habits can make life much easier if questions arise later about what was sent and when. It's also worth remembering that genuine DWP communications will never expect you to panic into making instant decisions. Scammers rely on urgency. They'll tell you your benefits are about to stop within hours unless you provide bank details immediately or click a suspicious link. Official processes don't work that way. If you ever receive a message demanding immediate payment, threatening arrest, or asking for confidential information through an unexpected text or email, pause before doing anything. Verify the communication independently using official contact details rather than the information included in the suspicious message itself. The discussion around banking information has become especially prominent because the government continues to explore new ways of reducing fraud and correcting payment errors. Supporters argue that stronger verification helps protect taxpayers' money and ensures benefits reach those who qualify. Critics, meanwhile, raise questions about privacy, proportionality, and how personal financial information should be handled. It's a debate that's likely to continue, but regardless of where people stand, understanding your own rights and responsibilities remains essential. For honest claimants, the most valuable thing you can do is stay organized. Keep important documents in one place, report relevant changes in circumstances when required, and read every official letter carefully. Doing so won't eliminate every administrative review, but it can make the process far less stressful. Knowledge is often the best defense against unnecessary anxiety. It's equally important not to let dramatic headlines convince you that every claimant faces exactly the same situation. Different benefits have different eligibility rules, different review procedures, and different legal frameworks. A story applying to one individual may not apply to another at all. That's why relying on official guidance and the details of your own case is always more reliable than relying solely on social media posts or alarming online rumors. If you ever feel uncertain about a request you've received, take the time to seek clarification before making assumptions. Asking questions isn't refusing to cooperate, it's ensuring that you understand the process. Most people would never sign a mortgage agreement, insurance contract, or bank loan without reading it first, and the same careful approach should apply whenever documents relate to benefits or personal financial information. The key message from today's discussion is simple. Don't ignore official correspondence, but don't sign anything blindly either. Read carefully, understand what's being requested, verify that any communication is genuine, keep copies of everything you submit, and ask for clarification whenever something doesn't make sense. Those straightforward steps can help you navigate reviews with greater confidence and avoid many of the misunderstandings that cause unnecessary worry. As changes to benefit administration continue to develop, staying informed will become more important than ever. New policies, updated procedures, and revised guidance may affect how claims are managed in the future, so keeping up with reliable information can help you make informed decisions rather than reacting to rumors or speculation. If this video has helped you better understand what's really behind these DWP banking information requests, make sure you don't keep that information to yourself. Share this video with friends, family members, or anyone receiving benefits who may be feeling anxious about the headlines. they may appreciate having a clearer picture of what's actually happening. And if you want straightforward explanations of the latest DWP updates, benefit changes, pension news, and practical guidance without the confusion or sensationalism, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you never miss an important update, and give this video a like. Thanks for watching, stay informed, stay cautious, and I'll see you in the next video.